Hi, my name is Lindsay Wilson, and for my project proposal, my topic will be the truth behind animal poaching. For my focus problem statement, I tried to choose a very broad um, statement that could allow me to take many paths with it, and I could eventually turn it into a smaller, more organized question. So I chose what are the full effects of animal poaching. For related inventions, topics, and themes, I decided to talk about inventions first. Many solutions have been came up with, but the few inventions that wildlife authorities or organizations or groups have come up with may not be completely plausible. Um, One of the solutions they came up with is legalization of horn and tusk trading. This would allow people to legally trade and sell any horns or tusks. The downside to this would be it could either go very wrong or it could go very right. People may stop animal poaching, or animal poaching may decrease a little bit because the horns and tusks aren't considered as scarce anymore. But it could also very much increase because it's now becoming legal and people don't have to worry about getting caught anymore or being fined um, for the trading of this. So it could either go, um, it cause it to increase more or decrease more, and it's very hard to say if you should take a risk like that or not. Another solution is dehorning or detusking. The downside of this is these animals need their horns and tusks to protect them in their natural habitats from predators. Um, it also helps just make their life better, and they have them for a reason. And taking them away would potentially put them in even more harm. Also, education was a solution. Basically, this means incorporating um, animal poaching um, into schools, into the education system, learning about what is animal poaching, what are effects of it, how can this affect us in the future, things like that. The downside to this is the amount of time it would take. It would take a very long time to put this kind of education into every single school system into all of our countries in a short amount of time. It wouldn't be possible. A new technology is also being invented to be able to potentially catch poachers before they attack. Um, this technology creates a virtual tracker that is put around the animal reserve, allows rangers to see around the entire reserve day and night. On the bottom right, you could see that infrared technology is being used through cameras to see the warmth of the animal. This could potentially be useful outside of the animal reserve around the gates, um, to see if there's any movement from poachers outside of the animal reserve or anyone trying to get in. Um, a related theme or topic I chose was global warming and climate change because they both revolve around the theme of environment protection. We're trying to protect our animals from being harmed by these animal poachers, and then global warming, we're also trying to protect our earth and trying to um, reverse climate change or potentially find a solution for both of those. So, what is the problem? Animal poaching is on a high rise with millions of animals being killed, captured, and even exploited. Even with the efforts of many wildlife researchers, these current solutions and efforts aren't being completely beneficial or done in a timely manner. Possible solutions I came up with is making the selling of ivory, fur, and animal skin products completely legal and completely ending the trading or selling market of exotic animals. Um, Animal poaching does not just mean taking ivory or taking tusks or horns from animals. It also means even taking animals out of their natural habitat and inhabiting them into domestic pets. Also selling like fur jackets, animal skin purses, stuff like that. That could also be considered animal poaching. But the only downside of this is could this even be possible to fully stop this selling and trading market of animals and also animal products. Also, finding a safer way to track vulnerable animals. Tracking animals is very hard and could be potentially very dangerous to the animal. So if there was a safer way to track animals, I think it could be a very viable solution to the problem. This is my diagram of the problem. I just started off with animal poaching and eventually made my way down to solutions, just putting a bunch of subtopics of things that have been thought of or maybe haven't been thought of that maybe I could put, or maybe that could come up with to put in my vlog, or my blog, sorry. Impacts of this topic is making people aware of an issue is the first step to solving the issue. Also bringing education awareness to those who do not have knowledge of the problem. I think this would be very beneficial, just getting people to know about it, getting people to recognize what's going on around them. Also, possibly producing other ideas that could be viable to the cause. Having multiple people think about it, coming up with different ideas, maybe making current ideas better, just trying to find these solutions. A constraint I found is it's difficult to find a right solution to such a big epidemic. I don't think there could be just one solution. I think there needs to be many solutions put into place for this problem to be completely solved. Also, utilizing my creativeness to produce a powerful, persuasive, yet educational blog. I want to make this project the best of both worlds, opinion-based and factual-based, using my powerful, opinionated, persuasive voice, but also using my educational voice of research that I've done. My reframed questions, my design question was, animal poaching is an on-the-rise epidemic that continues to pose a threat to many wild species. How can current efforts be modified to become more effective? I turned this and my first question and tried to combine them to put into my final revised question, which is, how can the current efforts of attempting to end animal poaching be modified to be more effective before the effects of animal poaching becomes irreversible? I think I could do a lot with this question and have a really specific thing that I could talk about and find research based on.